welcome to the Daughters Cook Their Dad's Recipe cooking show. Today we're going to be cooking a recipe from my father, who makes food for our family all the time. I know, that sounds crazy. The mom isn't the one cooking our dinner. Sometimes my dad likes to do it. And men can actually cook for fun. It doesn't always have to be a competition, which is something that he taught me by teaching me this recipe. So the recipe for today is a broccoli pasta dish, and so our ingredients include broccoli, pasta, and some spices and cheese and garlic. And for the pasta, we're using real pasta, the real thing, because those alternatives that people might tell you are healthier will actually just taste bad and you won't be happy. And then we have the broccoli, which, yeah, it's a vegetable, but we're gonna make it taste really good so everyone can enjoy it. And the doctors will be happy. That authoritative knowledge will tell you that this dish is super healthy. This dish can be made with meat, but we're choosing not to do that because we don't like eating meat in this family. So we have to use other ingredients to make up for the taste that the meat would provide. And it turns out it tastes just as good without meat. You don't need the meat to make it taste good. And you might be wondering, where's the protein? Well, you can actually enjoy a meal without having to worry about how much protein is in it. So now that I've cooked the broccoli and chopped it up really small, which was a pretty laborious process, and you might think, does a man really have time for that after his long day of work? This is your dad's recipe? But yes, men can actually cook something that takes longer than 30 seconds in the microwave. So now we're gonna start building the sauce, and we're gonna use a lot of oil. And some people might say, that's too much oil, that's unhealthy. But guess what? It tastes good. So that's how we're gonna make this a delicious meal, by putting a lot of olive oil. In our hot, oily pan, we're gonna put also a lot of garlic, because making this a vegetarian meal means that we're gonna add as much flavor as possible because there's no meat. I'm gonna add a lot of spice because it doesn't have the meat. We're gonna add, a lot of spice and a lot of salt to make up for the flavors that we're lacking without having the spicy sausage that the recipe wants. Much better than the normal man's microwave meal. So now I'm adding the pasta, and it's normal pasta, no chickpea pasta, no low-calorie pasta, normal, good pasta, because that's how you make things taste good. Yes, even more oil. Make it taste good. And we're gonna add a lot of cheese. So your pediatrician would be happy. This is gonna make you grow nice and tall, just like a glass of milk. It's time to enjoy. Gonna give myself a nice big scoop because it's so good. And this meal always reminds me of being home with my family, and it can be something to celebrate, and it tastes delicious, and it helped bond me and my dad, especially when we became vegetarian and had to adapt the recipe a little bit, but it just tastes just as good. And you can add a little more cheese on top. See, a woman enjoying a nice bowl of pasta, it is possible.